Hello, sir. Okay, so concerning that problem you sent for the budget, so this is just what you're going to do. So it's going to start from the setup. Everything needs to be from the setup. So as usual, I'm just going to create this file. Okay, so this very screen pops up here. Just click on this Express Start. We can just say Ministry of Health. Just say Ministry of Health, or let's use any organization. We can just say Good Life. And just say Good Life Hospital. So the industry, let's just use the health service. Business type, let's say, I'll just go with this. I would say others. Okay. So now let's go and preview. It's very important for this budget. So go to preview your settings below. I'm going to take that again. Preview your settings. So once you come there, you move straight to where we have this chart of accounts. So don't maintain any of the accounts, don't maintain any of the listed accounts. You create your own from scratch. So just tick every account there, then untick. So you know everything is not selected. So you say okay. So once you say okay, what do you do at that point? You come and click on this create company option. So I'm going to use the separated figures for you. I believe with those figures, you should be able to enter yours the way it should be. So after this, I just want to show you how to prepare the budget based on annual budget. For the year. This is not like a rolling budget. We have what we refer to as rolling budget, which rolls throughout the months from January, February, March, and so on. But what you are looking at here is basically for an annual budget. So what happens at this point? Just close this window, close it. So to set up your annual budget, go directly first of all to this accountant's model. When you get there, go to the chart of accounts. And I've told you that the chart of accounts is just a list of an organized list of accounts which is required for you to maintain. So what you're going to do, those listed accounts you have sent to me from the budget, you are going to impute them from this accountant's module. You come to chart of accounts. So you open this, so you can see the few accounts we have. And the reason why we have them is because we did not accept those accounts that was created by default when we went to preview them. Okay, so it's very important you do that to avoid too many accounts you don't need. So what happens at this point? What you're going to do, if there is any other account that you do not need, you can just right click and make it inactive. So if, for example, I don't want accumulated depreciation account, I will say make account inactive. So it's very important you do all this. Never you leave any account you're not going to use. It's going to affect your report. So payroll liabilities, we can decide to keep that because we can. Okay, we can also decide to make it inactive. We can leave this payroll expense account. We're going to need it for the budget purpose. Okay, so at this point, we can leave opening balance equity. We can also leave that of retained earnings, which is also very important. So one aspect you need to set up is the bank account. So just come down to where we have accounts, click new. It brings this new window. Come down, select bank, say continue. Then account type is bank. Account name, you can just say First Bank. So account name, First Bank account, First Bank. And you come to description, this good life. So that will be the bank and the company bank account. It's a good life hospital. The bank account number I can say 0062879080. And the entire opening balance is very important based on the bank statement you've gotten. So the closing balance on the bank statement will be brought here to be the opening balance. Okay. So let's say on the bank statement we're having 1 million naira or 1.2 million naira. So you're also going to impute it here at the ending date, which today is 28th, so it's going to be 27th. Or we can use today if we got it just now to say okay. So this way we have just done that. We have just set up the bank account for that very bank. That's if it's a savings account. You also can specify savings. Savings. What do you say? Particular way you can actually match it. Okay. And if you're using that matching pattern, there is no need of entering all this information. Instead, what you will do, you can just clear this. You can also clear the bank accounts and the bank account number. Okay, you can leave the bank account number. Leave that one. You don't need for opening balance. Clear it. Clear also the date. Clear all this information. Just leave that. You say okay. So you just say save and new. So now when you say save and new, you come again for this very one. The account name. You say savings account. Okay. Now this savings account, you're going to make it a sub account of our first bank. So this is first bank account. Then here you can put the name of the account. It's still good life hospital. Okay. Account number, no need. You already have it on that first bank setup. So here you just capture the opening balance. So say we have 1.2 million. The ending date we say 28th. To say okay. So if I say save and the same way you can add your current accounts for that same first bank. Sub accounts of the magic to the first bank. So this might not be different account number for this. Now, this may not have any balance in it, so you can decide to leave it where there's a balance. You can also add what you actually have over there. Let's say we're having a 500,000 in that account. Also, the statement ending date. Also say the last date today. The statement, you can say save and close. So now once you have done this, you say no. Once you have done this, you can see for our first bank, you can see a drop down for current account, savings accounts. You can see the amount we have, our 1.2 and 500,000 being then this source 1.7, which is a total of what you have over there in our first bank account. Okay, so now same way you will go and create all the different accounts for those expense accounts you want to use for your budget. So I'll just come and say, if I go back to my chart of accounts, I'll come down to accounts. I say new. What's the account? It's an expense account, so I'll just say continue. I'll enter the name of the account. So we can have an account like training costs. So I'll just say save and new to enter the new account like other costs /consumables. Say save and new. Same way we'll have transportation costs / travel costs. Transportation costs, you can leave the transportation cost. So you can add as many of them you want to add. You can also have an account for, you can say save and new, to add procurement costs. So you can just leave this cost. So say save and close. So I've just added those accounts. So once you have added them, you then go to company, come down to planning and budgeting, click on set up budget. Now the budget you want to set up is for which year? You specify the year. So it can be for 2023, let's say next year. So you always leave it at profit and loss so it can reflect all activities since it's more of an operating expense. So you say next. You use additional criteria, you say next. Create your budget from scratch, you say yes. Then it pops up this way for you to see. So once it pops up, what do? You then enter them. Since you're preparing an annual budget, don't bother entering them on the other months because you're not like rolling them. Okay, you're not rolling them, so don't bother entering them yet. So instead, what you're going to do at that point, So instead, what you're going to do at this very point is this: you come under where we have the first month, which is January. Okay, then you impute the amount. So we can say for other costs and consumables, you can actually expand. You can expand the box and just expand it. Okay, so we come to January, we say, okay, what we budgeted is, let's say we projected other costs for the year. We are projecting, let's say we are projecting 15 million. So I can just say 15 million. Come down to the next for payroll expense. Maybe we are not actually been given any amounts there, or maybe we have been given. But since you know that's more like we have fixed cost, variable cost too, could be fixed, but we can proceed to procurement cost. It's a procurement cost which we actually budgeted for the year. For our procurement cost is let's say we budgeted 17 million, okay, 2020. And so we budgeted 17 million through this, okay. Same way we move to training cost. So let's see, let's do some figures there. 17 million. So let's also see for training cost, what we budgeted for training cost is actually 25. Let's say we budgeted 25 million plus. So let's say for transportation cost, we actually budgeted, let's say we projected 31 million for our transportation cost. Okay, now you can see right here. You can see right here, based on what we have here. We have just entered this information. Now, if the company is operating based on a rolling budget, all you have to do, you can decide to use this option below, copy across. Once you click on it, it's going to roll this. That's if this is the budget per month, okay, monthly budget. You just roll it across. This copy across is going to roll it down to the rest months, and it's going to have to look at this annual total. It's going to give you the total. Now, QuickBooks did not make any provision for just a direct setup for the year. That's one reason why there are other applications which will also be used for comparison purposes. So instead of doing, being confused, only impute those budgeted amounts on the very first column. At this point, see this very first column as your year, okay? And I'm going to show you, because everything ends up at the reporting aspect. I'm going to show you how you can actually confirm this figure. So you're done with this setup for the year. Just come down and click on the save. So automatically you just saves that information. So if you want to view your budget, all you have to do at that very point, all you have to do is just for you to come over, okay, to where we have reports. When you come to reports, you come down and see we have budget and forecast. You come to budget overview. You click on budget overview. It's going to ask you which of them, and this is the other one I've created. So you're going to click on it and say next. Once you say finish, it's going to bring up those budgets. So you can see them based on the total amounts we have, which we have budgeted. Now it's showing you those other months, so you must know how to customize the report. So what do you do concerning that? You come over to where we have months, change it to year. Okay, these show columns, you see months, change it to year. So that whenever I want to view it, it's going to show you the budget for the year, since it's not like a monthly budget, instead it's annual set up. So this is how you can get it set up, and you can actually do this. So time to time, as expenses are made, as money is being paid for all this, you can also go over to the report under that budget. You can see we have budget versus actual, and of course we have what we call the variance, which is the difference between the actual amount spent and what was budgeted. Okay, and we have favorable variance, we have adverse variance. If, for example, we budgeted 15 million for other costs for this year, and at the end of the year we notice that what we actually spent for other costs and consumables was 17 million, meaning that it was higher than what we budgeted. At that point, that is what we call an adverse variance, because it's not, we spent more than what we budgeted, so it's an adverse variance. But if in a situation whereby we spent below what we budgeted, we say it's favorable. So we can actually get a statement like that from this section where we have our budget forecast, budget versus actual. Okay, you also select and you say next. say action, but go back, sorry, account by. Okay, it's showing you this, but don't worry, just proceed, say finish. So you're also going to see that. So all you have to do, come over and change it to year. Then you can see for this year, January to December, okay, you can see the budgeted amount. You can see there is no information yet based on percentage because we are not actually showed how much we actually spent. So same way those reports are there for you to see. And the date, you can also change the date. It's on custom. You can change it to year for the fiscal year. Fiscal year. But what you should always watch out for is this show column. So we have this here. So you can actually set it up. And you are also expected to memorize this report. Okay, most especially the budget overview. By memorizing, we're trying to send the command statement that this should be at the high end of your system. So you can always get to easily find it from your accountant center, which is provided. So what you will just do, come back to the budget overview. Come to where we have budget overview. Say yes, say next, you say finish. Then you come to the show columns, change it to year. And you can see this is the year, so you come and memorize it. You say yes, memorize this for us. Save the memorize reports under the accountant center. So once you've done that, I come to the accountant's module, accountant center, accountant module, accountant center. You're going to notice what we now have. Our budget is also going to be displayed for us over here. So it's just a simple process of how you can do that. So what do I do now? I will look at the right hand side where we have memorized reports. You know, the select group is showing us by default accountant, where you can actually change what is accountant center because you're working into your role as an accountant. So if you look in, you'll see we have P&L budget over here. So you're going to click on it. When you click on it, it's going to take you automatically to your budget. This is just another way instead of going through the other procedures. So if you check your accounts from your accountant center to your chartered account, you're going to find out that your accounts you've created, they are still intact. It doesn't affect that. But each time transactions are posted, either you're using the general journal entries or you're using any kind of way you want to do your postings, whether it's the right check from the home menu, going to the home menu, you can always be able to view that. And time to time, as expenses are being made, okay, based on your budget, you can view those informations from where we call the snapshot area here. From this icon, my shortcut icon section, you see snapshots, and it's going to display, same way it's displaying the account balances from the bank accounts as transactions are going on. You can also get to see your expense breakdown, okay, being dropped here before today. You can always see them depending on what have been spent. So this is just a part of what we are looking at based on this. And another report is that of the if you go to the budget and forecast, you see the profit or loss budget performance. You can also get to view that information. Just say next and say finish. So you can also view that based on what was budgeted. So this is it. You can see the annual budget is also the maintained. So I hope this have sorted out particular question we have relating to the zero information. So thank you. Waiting for you. See the different views. And we have different view patterns, we collapse and expand. So just take care of this. And I'll also introduce another one called the manager tool here also, and also use it too for this purpose of project. So all we have to do is just to create a new business. If you were to use this very manager, you can say send me good life hospital, country, you can just leave it automatically, you can select Nigeria as a country. Nigeria is here, so it's a creating business. Now, once you've done that, you have to, using this manager application, okay, it's just like a comparison. So using this manager application, you go to customize, so you're able to, bring in some of those options that you actually want, like features. So we're looking at our budget. So we're going to go down to select that of our budget. So when it comes to using another application like this manager, same process, you must start by doing what? Building your different accounts, which are also very important, okay, for you. And a good way to do that is for you to also come, you can go back to your settings, so you can set up your chart of accounts through the settings section. The same way we did, you also have to come down to create those different accounts, linking them to the different account types or categories they follow. So just what